Ladies and gentlemen, I refuse to prance around like some delinquent child on a day of Monday. Echo, give me my top hat and my monocle, my good sir. Thank you. This will be the most of esteemed Mondays. It is dubiously Update Monday. Who the fuck am I kidding? It's Update Monday! What's going on with your big dog? And it is an amazing Monday. I hope that your Monday is going as great as mine. And if it's not, well, we can always look to make it better. Speaking of better, it's been 3 months and a week of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. This is special to me. The reason why this is so special because last year around this time I was playing football and I wasn't feeling really good. There were aches in my hands, I couldn't catch, everything felt painful. It was the beginning of my RA. I never in a million years would have ever thought that I would have a disease, a life-crippling disease that would literally take away everything that was most precious to me. Not only could I not play football, I couldn't go for walks, I couldn't even get out of the bed. It was really, really painful. But one thing that I can say about being in a really dark place is that it can't exist without there being any type of light. I was down bad, guys. Seriously, I was down bad. The worst I've ever been in my life. But the crazy thing about it is that I did not know that I had potential to be in the best shape of my life. That's right, seriously, I can say that I am in some of the best shape of my life. I think I can rival, maybe even beat my 24-year-old self. That dude may be stronger than me, but he's nowhere near explosive or as fast as I am. Just about how explosive and fast these decks that I'm going to talk about. Today I'm going to be revealing to you some decks that may have been lost in the dark like how I was a year ago, but boy, the potential? Explosive. Legendary Duelist, Synchro Storm, and Burst of Destiny has given these strategies a lot of opportunities to be better. But as you know, I can't name every single one of those strategies, so if there's a strategy that you feel that I missed, go ahead and let me know. Without further ado, let's jump on in. So out of all of the types in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Worm is easily one of the most under-supported. Now granted, Worm is getting some really cool cards in Burst of Destiny and its very first super competitive archetype in Sword Soul, but that actually opens the floodgates for so many other Worm strategies. We've seen how Tenye has been able to attach themselves to the Sword Soul strategy, but what if I told you that the first Worm strategy gets so much stronger because of it? That's right, thanks to Sword Soul, the Yangzing strategy is actually a strategy with tons of potential. This strategy is built off of being able to special summon other Yangzing monsters from your deck to your side of the field anytime one of your Yangzing monster is destroyed by battle or card effect. This means that Yangzings are easily a control style deck, being able to take advantage of cards like Needle Sealing and Torrential Tribute, being able to wipe your opponent's entire board that they were making, and still being able to float your Yangzing monsters to your side of the field. Now there's also a couple of other cool things about Yangzing, is that they're actually allowed to be able to synchro summon on your opponent's turn, and they can make the synchro monsters that they make unaffected or gain certain effects. Take for example, Swanee and Buy-In allow you to give your monster 500 attack or prevent it from being destroyed by battle respectively, and monsters like Pulo and Bixie allow your monsters to be unaffected by spells and traps. Unaffected by spells. Who thought of this? You would also go figure that while Sword Soul can definitely take advantage of monsters like Boxia and Yazi, Yangzing does it better because it actually involves destroying your Yangzing cards and you can get their effects. Not to mention that Yangzing actually takes advantage of some Sword Soul cards and other Burst of Destiny cards just a little bit better. Monsters like Destiny Hero Destroy Phoenix Enforcer allow you to destroy your own Yangzing monsters to destroy your opponent's cards. And then there's cards like Sword Soul Blackout, which allow you to destroy your own Yangzing monsters to destroy your opponent's cards. I sound like a broken record because that's exactly what we're going to be doing all day with this deck. This is definitely one of those decks that we're going to be playtesting with on Twitch. Speaking of such, I actually stream tonight, but we'll talk about that a little later, right? What? Oh, you mean that? Oh, to give you the heads up, that is actually not a playmat. That is the Hero of Darkness mat by Infinity Mats. Go ahead and pre-order yours now. But moving forward, Legendary Duelist Synchro Storm may seem like an underwhelming Legendary Duelist set as usual, but there's actually some pretty cool strategies in there. I personally think that Speedroids are a lot better than when people give it credit. And I know they seem kinda goofy, you may not know exactly what they do, allow me to educate you. The Speedroid strategy works on level modulation and synchro summoning, something that we can all do. And seeing that they're all wind synchro monsters, you can even include the Wind Witch in them if you please. Being able to make a free Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon right off bat before you start off with your Speedroid plays is insane, but the deck doesn't even need the Wind Witch engine to thrive. There's some pretty popular and well-known Speedroid cards like Speedroid Terratop and Takatumborg, allowing you to search and special summon Speedroid monsters from your deck, but what if I pretty much told you that's the entire strategy? Cards like Speedroid Double Yo-Yo and Daco Duke allow you to pretty much proc Speedroid monsters to your side of the field, and then of course your Speedroid Link monster allows you to get you additional normal summons. This is easily a really good synchro deck, as you can continuously special summon tuners and non-tuner monsters to be able to synchro into what you need. The reason being is while these monsters' levels may look low, High Speedroid Heigoyada allows you to special summon itself to the side of the field, and then it doesn't like banish or anything. It's like a free monster to your side of the field every single turn. This is a strategy that can easily make Baron de Fleur and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragons, but it also can even make very powerful monsters like Cosmo Blazar Dragon. And the best thing about that particular situation is that the deck doesn't expend all of its resources. It actually has very good turn 2 plays to allow you to keep up inside of the game. Now this deck is built with tons of potential. It is a speedy deck that just gets really roided out. That's why we call them Speedroids. Now, some of you guys may depict me as a guy that just beats his chest and say Earth Machine is the best deck, even though that's not really true. That's not who I am. Earth Machine, best deck! Let's go! First we summon Earth monsters, then we summon Machine Earth monsters. How can we lose? Fortunately enough, post-Burst of Destiny, Earth Machine isn't the only way to play Machina monsters, as Machina Pure is actually a fairly good concept. Now, Machina by themselves is going to be a lot less earthly and a little more dark. That was a really good pun, and you'll understand in a second. The Machina strategy still has tons of searchability through Machina Metal Cruncher and Machina Gear Frame, allowing you to search into some of your most important cards like Machina Citadel, which, you know, really good, destroys all your opponent's monsters, and also your Machina Fortress, which can summon itself at will. But where this deck actually differs from Earth Machine is its inclusion of the dark monsters. Machina Unclasped Spire allows you to special summon it when it's added from your deck to your hand, which comes in handy seeing that this deck can search very much, and then allows you to send the Machina monsters you may need to the graveyard like Citadel or Fortress. Machina Reinforce from the Burst of Destiny set helped piece this deck together, as it can special summon itself from the graveyard by banishing monsters whose level equal up to 12, and then of course is a 4600 monstrosity that can be destroyed with Citadel and is just fairly strong. And then if this card is ever destroyed by an opponent's card, it can special summon banished Machina monsters back to your side of the field, which could very much trigger their effects. Pure Machina definitely has all of the tools to be a competitive deck. It has huge amounts of searchability, and now it even has another boss monster that can be played inside of the main deck, meaning that the deck doesn't necessarily need its extra deck. Another strategy that just has an abundance of untapped potential is actually the Synchron strategy. I never thought that I would say that Synchro strategies are on the come up, but because of Legendary Duelist Synchro Storm and Dawn of Majesties, these strategies are really good. Now, when I'm talking about the Synchro strategy, I really should be talking about the Junk strategy, as Junk Speeder allows you to special summon a yes amount of monsters to your side of the field to get your combo going. And the reason why Junk is so important is because Synchro Overtake allows you to add Junk Synchron from your hand, as well as Junk Synchron being able to special summon monsters to your side of the field from the graveyard that can allow you to use monsters like Doppel Warrior to get additional tokens, but also Junk Converter is a very powerful card for the strategy to help you Synchro summon. This is another amazing strategy that can take advantage of cards like Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon for that quick monster negate, and Baron de Fleur to be able to do what Baron de Fleur does. I have to say that synchros are definitely on the rise, and that's mainly because you don't have to expend your entire hand to make a decent board. This deck can actually get away with 1 to 2 negations and a really good recovery play. A lot of players may have thought that this deck is junk, but the Synchron strategy is definitely a strategy that is too strong. Now, players should already know how Tri-Brigade works. It literally takes any beast, beast warrior, or winged beast strategy and kind of incorporates into it his own. But one thing I want to say that has tons of potential by itself is the Lyra Lust strategy from the legendary duelist Synchro Storm. This strategy actually is not bad at all, as it allows you to special summon some really fast monsters to your side of the field without needing the Tri-Brigade strategy if you so choose. What really helps this strategy is Lyra Lusk Bird Call, allowing you to take one Lyra Lusk monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard, and then special summon a new Lyra Lusk monster to your side of the field. This strategy can really summon a ton of Lyra Lusk monsters to the side of the field, especially through the new Barrel Canary, which allows you to special summon Lyra Lusk monsters from your graveyard to your side of the field. The only restriction is that you must Exceed summon for the rest of the turn. Now, this may seem a little scary, as Recite Startling and Assemble Nightingale are not bad Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but that's not what you want to be locked into. There's also Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, which is a very powerful Yu-Gi-Oh card, but isn't always the answer. No worries though, Lyra Lusk actually have some new Exceed cards that can help right now. Promenade Thresh allows you to shuffle in your opponent's spell and trap cards back into the deck, but its more important card is Instant Blue Rush, which allows you to bounce your opponent's special summon monsters. So these are some pretty cool Exceed monsters that you could be making with the Lyra Lust strategy. You also have to keep in mind that if you're playing pure, you can actually gain some advantages of being pure. Harpy's Feather Storm is a card that can be activated when you have winged beast monsters on your side of the field, and if you are playing a pure Lyra Lust deck, odds are you're going to be having a lot of winged beast monsters to be able winged beasts. I say winged beast, this is so weird. But yeah, anyways, Harpy's Feather Storm is a really good card, allowing you to negate all your opponent's monsters, and it's something that the Lyra Lust strategy can take full advantage of. Well, that's pretty much all that I have for today with decks with tons of potential. I'll actually be streaming at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch. If you want to catch me there, we'll be building some decks and having tons of fun. Just be ready for non-PG Cali, as Twitch would like to say. Also, if you guys want to check out more amazing videos, then go ahead and check out these, as I'll catch you on the next one.